Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC. So I was kind of going through my backpack, which I carry with me every day, and I ran across these two things that I found interesting that I forgot that I have in this bag. And just so you guys know, my bag, I know some of you guys are really into the gear and stuff, but that's my backpack. It's just outdoor gear, Walmart special. It's a really cool backpack. I really like it. But you know, it's nothing fancy. So I know a lot of you guys are probably wanting more information about that and wanting more of a review on it, but that's kind of not my thing. It's a nice backpack. It has plenty of lubes, gadgets, and everything else. But I wanted to talk to you guys more about these two things that I always keep in there, along with just some free, like, small screwdriver stuff that I have picked up. So nothing crazy, nothing insane in there. I always have a raincoat, a towel, first aid kit, that kind of stuff in that bag. But it's not like a special kit or anything. It's just like Band-Aids and some wrap, and just in case I decide to cut myself, which I normally will find a way to do it. That's usually how it works. Before I start talking about this, because this is kind of a long story, I keep this little fixed blade in that backpack, even though normally I always have a couple knives on me. But there are days where I am not really allowed to be carrying one, but I will just hide this along with my backpack. What this is the Jason Knight or Knight Elements Hummingbird. There was, anybody who's a fan of the show Forged in Fire knows Jason Knight used to be a judge, and he is an amazing custom knife maker based on this design, except he makes the big kukris. And he made a small little fixie, and there was a chance for me to get in on purchasing this and getting on the head start for it, and him trying to get this into production, and I jumped on it. And it's a cool little knife in AUS 10. Yeah, AUS 10. So nice little acid etch kind of stonewash look to it. That nice harpoon. It is just a 3-finger knife, and you can get some nice little jimping right there on the top of the spine where you can get your thumb. There's no lanyard or anything. If I wanted to put a lanyard on there, I could, but it's really not something that I really need to do. So it's just a great little fixed blade. This shape is a little difficult to sharpen, but and it has an apple seed edge. So where normally the edges are flat, where it comes down, it's kind of a little curved, which he has actually released a video on how to sharpen it, and basically you have to have a ceramic rod to do it. So I'm sure I could flatten that out and make that nice, but I'm fine with the way that it is. It is not super sharp, but it's sharp enough to get anything done on EDC stuff. So removable handle scales, the whole thing can come apart if I need to keep it cleaned. But it's a cool little knife, nice little plastic sheath comes with it, nice and tight. It's no rattling, it's not coming out, it's very safe. I like the little thumb ramp up here. I will say it's a little curious, this area right here next to the sharpening choil. You have a sharpening choil, but right where my thumb is, it's nowhere close to having an edge on it. So that's very interesting choice that they made for that. I don't understand why that's like that. They could have just brought it all the way back. There's plenty of blade to do that. Plus you have a sharpening choil or a Spanish choil to do it. So I don't know why the edge stops way up here. So that's kind of just my little take on it, but it's a cool little knife, and I really like his product and what he does. So let's talk about this. I forgot I had this. I just threw it in my bag just in case, and I used the heck out of it. And what's funny is I looked it up and I was like, well, let me get some information. So this is a Craftsman 45201. And when I looked it up, I kept seeing things that said vintage, and I was like, vintage? And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it is kind of old, because I was pretty young when I picked this up. I, at the time, was doing just like a maintenance job. It was like a winter thing at this water park that I used to work at when I was in high school and in college. And everybody was started getting the Leathermans, and I wanted to get a Leatherman, but I looked at the price on it and I was like, yeah, I can't afford that. But Craftsman had this one, and I picked it up. And so it has, you fold it out, and it has the pliers, which are very useful. And that's that, but all the other tools are now on the inside. So when you're using the pliers, you can't pull out something else and try to, which doesn't make any sense anyway. But the pliers are very useful. They're great. I've had this thing around forever. So probably whenever this came out brand new, probably in the 90s. It had to be in the 90s. And I've had this thing just in drawers, in bags, in the car, just kind of floating around. It's in really good shape for as old as it is, but I don't really use it a whole lot. But, you know, you have the blade. I have no idea what the blade steel is on this, and I'm not about to look it up. But it has the blade. I haven't touched the edge on it in so long, but yeah, it probably has a little bit of rust on it, but it can be cleaned up. But, you know, I used the heck out of that thing. It has, you know, your files on that side, the fine and the coarse file. You have your flat heads. They're kind of a pain in the butt to get out, so I really don't want to. You actually have to you have to pull the blade out, and then you can get these guys out. So it has two different types of flat heads on it. And then on this side, you have your Phillips screwdriver, you have your awl, and you have the bottle opener or can opener or whatever you guys need. So cool little multi-tool. I'm not really a multi-tool guy. They're very useful, but I have this one, and I haven't decided to get another one because I just keep this in my backpack, and it's served me well for many, many years. So why get another one? So I have this one, and it serves me well. It's just funny going through the backpack, and I find things that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. So it's good to have, good useful tool, and whenever I need to pull something out, I will use it, especially at work, because I never know when something's going to come up where I'm going to need a nice little set of pliers to use, and that's where these come in handy. Or you can never have enough knives, and you can always have another one. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys, kind of going through my backpack, and I found these two things. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know if this is a cool thing in the multi-tool world or not. I don't know. I don't know much about it. But anyway, I just figured I'd share. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. The choice is yours.